If you're running traffic to your low ticket offer and you're not getting as many people as you would like upgrade and ascend into your high ticket offer on the back end, then there's usually one simple fix that you can do to the funnel that will eradicate that entire problem. Now, when most people look at it and they've got like an ascension problem, so there's not enough people upgrading from front end to back end, they'll look at that process and try and fix it. So they're going to look at the email upgrade sequence, the SMS sequence, maybe they've got a sales team, they've got some setters who are dialing the customers and trying to book them in for a sales call. And obviously all of that stuff can work. Obviously, if you improve it and do it well, then it will obviously make you more money on the back end. However, it's typically not the biggest needle mover that you can do. And that biggest needle mover is the offer itself. So if we have a look at the success of an offer, what are the main reasons why someone would buy a low ticket product and then upgrade to a high ticket product? Well, number one, it comes down to whether they actually use and engage with the front end product. And then number two, do they get value from it? Now, it won't shock some of you to understand that most people who buy a low ticket product for $7, $17, $27, $37, typically they'll log in, they'll start going through the content, and then they'll just fall off a cliff. And that's that. Because they've only paid a very little amount to purchase that product, so they're not really financially incentivized to actually go through it. Now, what we found is the people that make the most money on the back end create their offer and strategically put it together in a way where they actually keep engagement high and people continue to go through the product until they've got enough value, and then they will upgrade. But the fact of the matter is most products are created and they go into create a scenario like this where there's low engagement. So just to give you an example, we worked with a client over the past year and they had a front-end 21-day challenge. So it was a 21-day challenge to get a particular result. When we launched it, it was selling okay on the front end, but we weren't getting those high ticket buyers. And we looked at it and we just realized that people just weren't going through the content. Now, the content was valuable. It had a lot of good stuff in there, but people just weren't watching it. And the reason why is because every day was like an hour plus video. Now, there's not many people out there that are buying products that have just an hour a day, every single day to commit to going through like a brand new product that they've just randomly bought. So the issue is that even though the content was good and it was valuable, people just didn't have enough time in their day to actually go through and commit to an hour plus going through this content for 21 days. So what would happen is people would purchase, they'd go through like the first 3, 4, 5 days, and then they would just fall off. Then they'd get demotivated, then they forget about it. So in that scenario, they hadn't engaged enough with the product and they hadn't got enough value from the product for them to then upgrade. So what we did was we changed the product and made it actually less valuable. And we actually created 5 to 10 minute videos with just a daily exercise that they can do. And they could do that in their own time outside of watching the video. Now, again, it was technically less valuable because there was less content, there was less information. But the fact of the matter is that more people went through it because it was easy digestible and they could implement it into their day-to-day lives very easily. They could watch it before work in the morning. They could maybe listen to the video whilst they were cooking food or on for a walk, going for a walk. So we made the product easy digestible. That increased the engagement. It meant more people went through it. And then in the end, it meant more people got value from it. And then they went ahead and upgraded to the high ticket. Well, it wasn't super high ticket. It was like a 2K coaching program on the back end. And that's the problem I see a lot of people do is that they'll create this like massive front end product, give a load of videos, loads of courses, loads of bonuses. And they just think because it's valuable content that people are just going to make their way through it. But especially if you're running ads to cold traffic, you're a stranger in the newsfeed, someone's just seen you, they've purchased this product because it's like a good deal. They're not really, they don't know you, they don't like you, they don't trust you. They're not really incentivized, obviously financially as well, to go through and spend 30 plus hours with you because you're a complete stranger. So what we found is the best way to get engagement and actually provide value to people is to create less valuable front-end products. So this is kind of like our strategy. And I know it feels a little backwards because it's like, well, I'm going to give them less and it's going to help them more. But yes, that is pretty much it. So what we like to do, instead of just, giving them like creating this product here, and in this example, it could take someone 30 plus hours to go through this content. But the reality is, if they're only going to get like the true transformation at the end of this, no one's going to make it there. So that's going to block your conversions. I would actually rather create a product that has like a very simple promise to a painful problem. Just create a shorter window, a shorter product that can be digested and used very, very quickly. And it means that the engagement is super high. It means that people actually use it, they get value from it, and that increases the conversions on the back end. So when I'm creating front-end products, I don't really look at it as like, okay, how can I make this an irresistible offer and chuck in loads of bonuses and stuff like that? Usually it's just like, okay, what is like a good sexy result that we can achieve over a short period of time? Let's just create a product around that. Once they go through it, they get value from it, then they will upgrade. Now, also like value doesn't necessarily always mean they need to get like a crazy result or something like that. So a lot of people feel like they can't create these types of products that are like short and easy digestible because they don't have like a crazy promise that someone can achieve in, 24 hours or 7 days or something like that. But for someone to get value from a product, they don't need to get a big transformation. So for example, a few years ago, I purchased a low ticket community. I can't remember the price. It was probably along the lines of like, it was under $50 a month. So it was like $27, $47, something like that. All I did was went through a few different trainings in that low ticket community. And then within, I think like 48 hours, I upgraded to a product. I think it was like $1,500. I can't remember exactly what that price point was. But within 30 days, I then upgraded and paid this guy $12K to join his like coaching program. Now, why did I do that? Because I didn't implement anything from the front end product. I didn't actually use or implement the stuff, but I did go through some of it and I got value from it. Why? Because I liked his teaching style. I liked his personality. I liked the way he explained things. And very clearly, like the lessons that I did consume, I agreed with and they resonated with me. And I was like, okay, cool. Like I've got enough value from this guy now for me to want to learn from him and pay him more money. So you don't always have to give them that crazy result, but you do need to get them to go through your content and build up that relationship and build up that trust. Another example is I have a friend he's running a front end offer, and it's not super low ticket. It's like $100, but it's like a done for you offer. Now he gets a lot of people buy that done for you offer. And before they have even launched what he's created for them, so they've not got any results from his stuff yet, but even before they launch, they've already upgraded and paid him like 5 to 10K for his other service that he offers on the back end. Why is that? Well, it's because that person have purchased that low ticket products like $100. They've gone through that customer experience. They've interacted with him and his team, and they've got value from that customer experience. They know they're legit. They like how they respond. They like the customer experience so far. So again, even though they haven't launched that done for you product that they created for them and made $1 million, it doesn't matter because they've got enough value from that customer experience that they have enough trust in this person now to help them further. So again, you don't have to have all this pressure of like, oh my gosh, I'm selling like a 7-day program or, a product that can be consumed within 48 hours or 24 hours, or maybe it's just like a short 60-minute workshop and I can't build them $1 million business in that time, or I can't help them lose a load of weight in that time, or I can't help them, get their dream partner in that time. Like you don't have to have all that pressure on you to create a good front-end product, because that's what your back-end offer can do. Your back-end offer can have the huge promise. All we're trying to do with these front-end offers is to get someone to go through and consume our content so they know that we're legit, we build trust, and then we have the relationship with them that we can upgrade. Now, obviously, if you can get them some like quick win or an amazing result in 24 hours, that is obviously ideal, and that is what you should push for. But obviously not all niches lend themselves to those super quick wins. But there are definitely some shorter stuff without like huge promises that you can deliver for them.